Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have yet another example of a video game being released on PC that happens to be extremely broken, or at least fairly broken. This is a pretty bad game-breaking bug that is affecting Team Ninja's Rise of the Ronin. Now, Rise of the Ronin is a video game that I was looking forward to heavily. It was gifted to me on Steam by one of my subscribers, and I'm super excited to play it, but I was going to boot it up and try it out on Griffcast. But unfortunately, I switched over to Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii because apparently there's this bug going around with Rise of Ronin that is wiping save data completely. There is a bunch of bad reviews over on Steam right now talking about the optimization, talking about the bunch of bugs that people are experiencing, and talking about this in particular where your save data is being wiped. And I gotta be honest with you, I don't want to deal with it right now. So let's get into this article, guys, from the VGC. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push this out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, I know a lot of people were looking forward to Rise of the Ronin, mainly because people say it's a pretty fun game when it's actually working. People enjoyed it on PlayStation 5, and it's a good counter to Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is about to release in 3 days from this video going live. But considering this bug is happening with this game right now, I gotta say, that's pretty damn terrible. If your save data is being wiped completely, that is a huge, huge problem, and that should be addressed immediately. So Team Ninja says it's investigating reports that the recently released PC version of Rise of the Ronin has an issue with save data. Rise of the Ronin was released on Steam on the 11th of March, but since then, numerous players on the game's Steam discussion forums have been reporting that their save data has been disappearing, forcing them to start again. They said they've been playing for a few hours, and next day, it just magically vanished, said the author of one thread. Other players then replied saying the same thing had happened to them, with some claiming they lost more than 8 hours of 8 hours. Oh my God. If I had lost 8 hours of progress on a game, I would tell you immediately that I would delete the game. I would never reinstall it ever again. And I would try to get a refund. Even though it's past the 2 hour mark, I would try to get a refund, and I would screenshot the bug as best as I can and send it over to Steam and try to get a refund, because that is ridiculous. There is no reason in 2025 that that should be happening, nor should it be acceptable in any capacity. As much as I wanted to play Rise of the Ronin, I'm not going to shill for a video game that is magically deleting people's saves after hours of playing the game. That is fucking egregious. And if that is truly happening, that's insane. They need to fix it right now, immediately, if they want to garner any sort of last-minute favor with customers, because otherwise that's just insane. Similar threads on the forum include one reply saying they had lost 5 hours, and another player claiming to have lost 10 to 15 hours of progress. I am not booting this game up. I'm telling you right now, it was gifted to me already, and I was going to play it, but I switched over to Yakuza. I am not playing this game until I hear that they fix this, because that would piss me off beyond all belief. Team Ninja now has posted a message from its official X account saying we are currently investigating the reported save data issues for the Rise of Ronin Steam edition. The post links a support message giving players potential workarounds for the issue, including finding backup save data, following extra steps when saving to Steam Cloud, or turning off file sharing for Google Drive, OneDrive, or Dropbox. We are continuing to investigate this issue along with others the studio added. We will make sure to report back as soon as there are any developments. We sincerely apologize for any inconveniences that you may have experienced. That's not an inconvenience, bro. That is not an inconvenience. That is a fucking egregious travesty. Like, that's what that is. If you are letting people continue to lose hours upon hours of save data, and you're just like, well, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. What? What? Listen, I know it's a PR statement, but guys, come on. There's no way, bro. 10 to 15 hours of data just gone? That would piss me off, dude. I don't know how people are not, like, melting down over this right now. I'm sure they are. They're just not posting about it. The PC version of Rise of Ronin includes various PC features, including support for ultra-wide monitors, 8K resolution, 120 FPS, 3D audio, and customizable keyboard and mouse settings. Also, exclusive to Steam version of DirectX 12 Ultimate support, ray tracing, and support for AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution and NVIDIA DLSS. The PC version currently has a Metacritic score of 74, with most critics pointing out that the game has performance issues. And it's not even just critics. Let's go over to Steam. If we look on SteamDB right now, there is almost 4,000 people playing Rise of the Ronin, which I guarantee would be much higher than that if there wasn't issues. But look at the reviews. over 3,000 reviews. It is past the 50% mark. It is at 48% positive and 52% negative. Then it keeps dropping as time goes on. It had an all-time peak yesterday of 12,683 players. This game could have a lot more. It could have a lot more than this, but unfortunately, the reviews are going to scare off a lot of people, and rightfully so. The game is getting cooked because they decided to release a game to delete your save files after hours of progression, and nobody wants to waste their time like that. If you go over to their forums on Steam, it gets very interesting. Low or high have the same CPU usage. Do the test. Set absolutely all graphic options to low and lower the resolution to the lowest possible and measure the watts consumption of your CPU. Then do the opposite. Set everything to maximum ultra and the resolution of 4K and then measure the CPU temperature and consumption again. Absolutely the same values. While GPU usage varies according to low or high, none of this has any effect on CPU usage, which reveals the extreme poor optimization of this game. His example was an i5-14600 with 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM and an RTX 4070 Ti installed on a very fast SSD. On the first city, very low, it's at 127. Ultra is at 125. It's absolutely insane what's going on, man. Now, granted, when it comes to performance, GPU is going to be mainly affected when changing graphic settings over a CPU, but still, it just goes to show that they don't have this thing fully actually optimized out. If you look at the rest of the actual content that's here, you got people saying that there's broken graphic settings, game crashes, and the devs are in denial. Most of the graphical settings are broken. They do nothing beyond the low and standard options, but they still reduce your FPS. But some other settings actually make a difference, like shadows or grass density. There's also a terrain setting, but all it does is slightly raise the ground. Please test this yourself. Go to visual settings, press triangle to remove the background, and observe the changes. And the ones that do something to improve the graphics in one aspect, but worsen them in another. The perfect example is this model texture quality option. Each time you increase its quality from lowest, the ground becomes blurrier and worse. While the trees improve, this continues to up to standard. After standard, the trees no longer show noticeable improvement, but the ground keeps getting worse. Something similar happens with other options like LOD distance. There's even another comment here, which is probably a troll. Did it fail because of woke? It already has two clown rewards. It's great. I'm worried that this game is not hitting the highs it was supposed to, and upon investigating it further, I think it may have been because it's woke. It seems Sweet Baby Inc. may have been involved with this game, which may have led to Team Ninja adopting DEI and ESG policies. Body Type A and Body Type B are examples of this wokeness. I was under the impression that this game was historically accurate and based, unlike Assassin's Creed Yasuke, but it seems that even this game is woke. I will be issuing a refund shortly. What are your thoughts? This guy is an absolute troll. Number one, it's very clear he's trying to make the anti-woke look bad. It's obvious that this guy is using a sarcastic post to try to make it seem as if people are overreacting when it comes to Assassin's Creed Shadows. But let it be known you're fucking retarded, okay? Straight up. And in case you were being serious, Elden Ring also uses body type A and B, by the way. Just so you're aware. Most Japanese games use body type A and B because that's their way to bend the knee to the West without actually trying to do anything else that could be considered actually crazy woke, So body type A and B is what they settle on and what they've been settling on for a long time now. The other post about this has almost 300 comments. Have fun. I'm not even sure what is bait or real opinion anymore. I miss the olden days when people talked about games they played on the Steam forums. It's bait. It's obviously bait. But that's because he's retarded. So ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, this entire scenario with Rise of the Ronin is unfortunate because I really did want to play this game. And I still have it in my library, obviously, because it was gifted to me. And I will be playing it at some point. I was hoping to play it now more than ever, but unfortunately, it looks like that's not going to be the case. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.